All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Borowski Dills podcast. The best podcast in all the land is your boy, Kiko Flow. Kiko Cervantes. And Chef Maurice from San Francisco. I see that you're rocking. Is that Stanford?
It is a university that I've never been to before. Yes,
Okay. No, I know for at least for academics, I know you didn't go to.
We I
But
just
maybe you went
visited
to
from
visit?
afar.
Okay.
I have visited, yeah.
Do they have a
Beautiful.
do they have a good sports team?
They used to have a very good football team,
Okay.
but they're not so good lately.
Lately. Okay. I think they're like an economy school, which if they are, I'm cool with that. I know it's expensive, so maybe I could send my kids there. And they can become like little Republicans or some shit. I'm not. I'm saying they could maybe.
Oh, right.
Okay. Talking about Republicans, I wanted to speak to you. No, it's for real. I wanted to speak to you about the Venezuelan arepa.
That's Republican.
Arepa.
Because it kills people?
No, what? Oh, because it rocks. No.
Oh, right.
No, I just think, the Venezuelan arepa. Do you think when I say Venezuelan, when I say arepa, people already know? Like, even, like, it's a lot more known these days now that Venezuelans are all over the world?
I think it's more known, but I mean, when you say arepas, we are Venezuelans, so we're thinking about the same one.
Right?
But if you were talking to our white friends,
Don't
and
say
they
that like that.
No, I mean they are white and they're our friends.
There are others that
there's
are
nothing-
white.
There's
There are some that are maybe from Pakistan and they live in America. There are others that are from like Asian countries.
okay.
And they
so
also
our
don't know
white,
what an
brown,
arepa is.
yellow, red,
Yeah,
blue friends.
there's all colors, and maybe they don't know. So that's what I mean. Don't be saying that, because then that don't look good.
I think for a while, people who knew arepas, they always thought about the Colombian ones, right?
I wouldn't say that either. I don't know. I just think there's so much migration from Venezuela these years that I just think the arepa is known everywhere. You go like to Berlin, or you go to like South Africa, or you go to New Zealand, and they got an arepa place. So I don't tend to go to like Venezuelan restaurants because I can make that, right? I can make that food. And I've been making some fire arepas recently. And it's not even to like brag or anything. It's not like I'm trying to.
It feels like you're bragging right now.
It's not a brag. It's more like an understanding of the skills that I've acquired in the recent times. And I gotta be honest with you. For so many years, my mom made arepas for me, and I was so spoiled in that sense that I never really honed my arepa making skills. I really hindered all of those opportunities that I really could have, But now, as an older man, still young, dick still rock hard. If you when you wake up in the morning, is your dick rock hard?
Yes.
That's a sign of a vital man. I wake up in the morning and my dick is rock hard. It's my alarm
That's good.
clock.
Because you can't turn around. You
No,
can't.
because it starts like, it's like the ring of Lord of the Rings. It starts hurt. It's like, ah. It starts like knocking you out. It starts, it starts fucking you from within, which is a little weird.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, so you got to think about it that way. So now as an older man, I started to really get into the arepa making because, today we're equal. I live with my couple, with my partner.
With my couple.
She's a woman. And, back in the day, the woman would make the food, clean the house, do the things, God damn it. But these days, things have changed. So now I gotta do a lot of more of this shit, Now, so
What is it? This shit, the cleaning and the.
the cleaning and they just being a woman things. Like it's annoying.
Oh my god.
No, but I
So-
do my fair share of things in the house because we're a team. Okay.
So now your couple will say, "Bitch, make me a sandwich,"
And
and
I
you're
do
gonna
it,
make a
and I
sandwich.
make
Yeah,
a sandwich, and I make a
but
fire sandwich.
is that sandwich part of the arepa family?
No,
Mm,
no, I wouldn't put it because if those things are the same, then anything's the same.
hot dog
Okay.
sandwich?
Let's be clear. An arepa is
It's a Venezuelan
flour
sandwich.
flour made from corn,
Okay.
made into a floury battered, like a batter type thing. It's, yeah, a mix, and then you put it in the grill. Imagine a pancake, but less watery and a lot more thick, right?
Our producer is gonna put a picture of an arepa right
Yeah,
now,
of course we're gonna put
so
arepas here.
all our white peeps can know
No,
what it
don't
is.
say that. That's not. That's not. We can't have that. We might make it, and we need these things, to be good.
We need the white people
Yeah, they're the ones that have the money. God damn it. So look, I've honed my arepa making skills. These days, what I do is I make it a little less watery than it needs to be, and I just let it rest for a little. Then I come back, boom, boom, boom. I make the patties. Are they the most beautiful, circly pot, patties perfectly? No, but you don't want
because
that.
you're not a woman.
Exactly, and I accept that. I accept that. I
The
know I'm not
best,
gonna make it as a woman,
right? Right.
but
I
I will do my
mean,
best.
you can go to Thailand and no.
Do they do that?
Um,
No, I think the ones that dress like girls still have their dicks and they'll fuck you.
no, but apparently, if you go to Thailand and you want to get your dick chopped, it's
Whoa,
legal.
whoa,
And
whoa! That's not the terms, Chef Maurice. Whoa,
I
very
don't,
cavalier, very cavalier.
I, I don't
We're
know the
7 minutes
terminology.
in the podcast. This is
We're on fire
no, this
today,
is
bro.
this is the type of thing that I've been looking for. This is not gonna
Arepas,
be broadcasted to anyone, and you.
arepas, great if you're a woman. Not so great if you're a man. Let's be real.
Do you make good arepas?
No, no, I don't because my woman makes it for me.
Okay, and does she make them well? She make them well.
I think her arepas have to be the best ones I ever tried.
Really?
Yeah,
And that's not even
not
like
because she's my girlfriend
Okay.
or the mother of my child.
okay. Do you
think
find
she
it
does
hard
make
to
the best
know like what to say there?
No, easy.
Easy, easy, easy. He got scared. Now he got scared. He was all chest bumping. Okay,
Yeah, I love you,
look,
baby.
I love you. No, but let me tell you, I'm making some fire arepas, and my girlfriend loves when like look, my girlfriend could care less about the other stuff. I mean, not care less. I mean, I do my thing, but but the best thing she likes about me is when I cook for her.
Ooh, okay, okay.
But like, and one thing I like to do is if I'm home early for some reason and she's coming from work and she's mad hungry and she calls me up like, "Hey, why are you laughing, motherfucker?"
No.
Because of my terminology. That's how I speak. So I tell her, "What? Where are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm by this station," because we use the metro, the public transport. People are poor in Europe. So we use buses and shit. It's fucking sad. We live like in the Great Depression. It's fucking
shit.
sad. So she's like, "Look, I'm at this station." I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna be here like in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, baby. I got you." I start making some fire arepas, right? And I've been putting the pictures here. We have a producer that we pay him in Venezuelan coin, and he makes it stuff. So
Next to nothing.
next to nothing. You make the arepas, and then you can fill them in with whatever the fuck you want. It's whatever your imagination can fathom, really. I mean, I'm a very classic bitch, basic bitch. I mean, I gotta say that. I am. So my thing is
I
butter.
mean, you make the arepa, so you are the bitch. Make me a sandwich. Let's go.
I go basic. Butter and cheese.
No ham?
I mean, I could go ham, and I don't have a problem with that. But the
But-
classic is, I mean, butter, cheese, ham, that's totally perfect. Anything outside of that, I'm cool with, but it's not required. An arepa, if an arepa is made good, it has the right amount of salt. Because an arepa, all it is the flour, water, and salt. That's it. It's almost like a food from the gods. I mean, in Venezuela, it's the food of the people. It's what's kept us alive. It's what kept us alive. It's hard. It's hard as fuck over there. And you can put whatever the fuck you want in an arepa. Let's say you got a little money on you. Let's say you go to Stanford. You can even get a couple pounds of shrimp, that really good one. You clean the dark shit that they have because it's shit. I hate it. If you're a restaurant and you don't clean the shit out of the shrimp, then you're fucking disgusting. Do you clean it in your restaurant, Chef Maurice?
We do.
Okay, that's because they're trying to be fucking, Michelin. Okay. You can grab that shrimp. You put a little garlic, a little butter, salt, pepper, paprika, maybe, And then you put it in the fucking arepa. You can do that. Nobody's going to say like, hey, wait. Nobody's going to say like, oh, you're appropriating a culture. No, we don't give a fuck. We want you to take this culture and fuck it. We want you to grab an arepa and fuck it.
And fuck it. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm a very classic man. But I do like my arepa with carne mechada, shredded beef. That's my shit. The only bad thing about that, if the meat is too wet, your arepa is gonna be wet. And it's gonna be greasy, but
that's what you said.
But it's great. I mean, who doesn't love some?
That is true. If you go have carne mechada arepa, which is the shredded beef, it comes in this stewy sauce, which is amazing. But the thing is, I do agree with Chef Maurice. A good place should give you the shredded beef that's not too wet so that you can have a nice consistency on the arepa. An arepa that's dripping is not something that's I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's not perfect. If you want to reach perfection, at the end of the day, Chef Maurice is a chef. Even though you can look at him, the way that he speaks, the way that he thinks, he is an amazing chef. He does art in your mouth. So he knows how this thing goes. So what I'm trying to say here is, an arepa has to have a perfect consistency. The butter is already going to get it wet. And you might think, well, isn't it the point to get this shit as wet as possible? And sometimes it is. So don't get me wrong. Sometimes you want to. But in this scenario, there is an amount of wetness that's ideal. And if you get more than that wet, it's not gonna be the experience that I'm talking about. So there I prefer the chicken with the yellow cheese. Less dripping,
More cheesy.
different protein, lighter. If you're trying to, cut a little a little on the side, lose a little weight. No, I'm just kidding. You're still gonna, be fat because that shit has a lot of butter. But I prefer the chicken.
Okay. Empanadas? For me, my favorite, chicken.
Okay, so not even chicken with cheese, just chicken.
Chicken.
Okay, Venezuelan empanadas, obviously
Better.
we're gonna be biased. Would you say they're the best empanadas?
Yes, of course. Have you seen the Argentinian ones?
Well, in Madrid, there's a lot of Argentinian empanadas. I feel like you're gonna say something negative about it. I love them.
No. I mean, I'm gonna give you my opinion. I think
Okay.
they're too dry.
Okay, I can understand that they're baked. So
They're baked, so they're leaner, and we want to get fatter, and we want to die sooner, so
Right.
we fry them.
the closer, I mean, the faster we go, the less bullshit you gotta endure, right? I mean, it's easy.
So Argentina's empanadas are baked, and I think they're drier, so they're not my favorite.
I will say, because in Madrid there's so many Argentinians, right? And I mean, and we thank that. I really think that because there's so many of them, you have a lot of quality of empanada,
Okay.
Argentinian empanada. And even though it's a different thing, like when I want a Venezuelan empanada, it's a different thing. But when I want an Argentinian empanada, I know what I'm getting into myself. And here they have things like, for example, this empanada has cochinita pibil, right? Which is like this shredded pork, Mexican style, which is very wet. And with the dryness, you like it. Let's say another one. Oh, this is feta cheese with caramelized onions. Whoa. You say, what, is that even real? Yeah, motherfucker. Here.
Well, but I think that it's once you start doing that shit, it loses the essence of the.
You see, that's why I
in front
don't
of the
fucking like you
empanada.
chefs, motherfuckers, dog. Purest piece of shit.
No,
What do you
I like
mean?
my
What do you-
shit. How my empanadas, cheese, chicken, pabellon, maybe. What else? Cazón, shark,
Shark?
baby shark.
In
I
Venezuela,
think
we eat
those-
those motherfuckers.
Yeah. People say it's. Anyways, but once you start doing like, oh, tomato and mozzarella empanada. No, fuck that.
Okay, I will say this, right? I will give you some credit. When I think of that with a Venezuelan empanada, something comes to my heart. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not seeing it the same because it's an Argentinian empanada. So I get it. It is going a little overboard. It's like having a nachos pizza, which they do have in Spain. They have it, which is insane. Now, that being said, I've also had the classic Argentinian empanadas, which is with the carne inside with the little onions and the peppers and the things. And it's also fire. And I actually do like that baked feeling thing that it makes it crunchy but gooey in the. I mean, it's a different thing, but I mean, I respect your opinion. But you know, but don't fucking disrespect my Argentinian homeboys. You know,
Cachapa, are you a fan?
cachapa is my favorite food in Venezuela.
Venezuela food? Okay.
And also, it's very hard to get cachapa.
I think cachapas are.
Explain to the people what is a cachapa.
Cachapa. It's this corn pancake, right?
Perfect.
It's a corn pancake.
It's a corn pancake. That's it. Don't even think
And
about it twice.
It's basically the same process. It's corn, flour, eggs, in the griddle, side and side, and then a nice melty cheese like queso guayanés. It cannot
Queso
be mozzarella-
guayanés.
It cannot be mozzarella or any of that bullshit.
Yeah,
I
you
love
could,
those
you,
cheese.
Here we
No,
use Latino
no,
cheese. I
no,
mean, we have to. I mean, it's not, I don't live in Venezuela.
Well, that's your fault, bitch.
Well, that's my fault.
Bitch. Yeah, it's your fault because you're not living in Minnesota, so you don't get that cheese. It's not like I do.
Yeah,
either.
you get it in San Francisco?
No.
So?
But I get it in Miami, for example.
Okay,
That's the only good thing about Miami.
right. The only good thing.
The only good
That's
thing.
fucked up.
So some queso guayanés. I know that you're the kind of person that would put fried pork on their cachapa. I'm not. I like it, but it's not my go-to.
So
If
what,
I
you,
eat
with a cachapa, you straight up classic butter and cheese?
cheese in the inside, cheese on the top, butter on top. I go classic.
No.
But
and
I
I,
do
and I don't
like
mind that. I mean, that is super classic and that's perfect.
But then once people started migrating, they started fucking it up and adding.
Yeah, like if you add
Other stuff
bacon
that-
to that.
Yeah, I mean, I love bacon, not in the cachapa. You know, it's keep
Okay.
things separated.
I mean, it is a weird line, right, where one can draw that. Because I once had in Margarita, it's an island of the coast of Venezuela, Margarita. In Margarita, I had an arepa with Parmesan cheese.
Ew.
And at the first thought was like, yo, what the fuck is that? But once I had it, I was like, I get it.
Well, I mean, listen, when I eat arepas or stuff at home, it's not like I only go purist 100% Venezuela. No. Don't get me wrong. I put my weird shit on it.
Okay, well, so
For
tell me
exam-
an example.
I put burrata on it, for example.
So you're
I
a
don't-
hypocrite.
No, because that's at home. If I go to a fucking restaurant, I want to eat the real shit. But
So at home, you've had an arepa with cheddar cheese and bacon.
yes,
Okay.
but it's not.
Which I don't mind, eh?
Yeah, I mean, but
It's not purist. It's super Americanized, but that is fire. I mean, if you tell me that's gonna make arepas hit the global U.S. market, I'm down for that. Let's Americanize it.
I think Americans hate us.
Let's put fried chicken and gravy on an arepa.
What is it? Fried chicken and waffles? Maybe we can do fried chicken and arepas. Yeah, I like that with Aunt Jemima on top. You know that they took the Aunt Jemima off the Aunt Jemima brand.
Yeah, apparently
it makes me
now
sad.
Everything's offensive. I grew up on that.
She's
And
a beautiful black woman who used to do pancakes back in the day. Why would you take that off? But anyways, that's another thing. I
don't
love
get in
Aunt
there.
Jemima. No, no. Tequeños are one of my favorite Venezuelan food ever. You can give me that shit anytime. I will eat it. Garlic, cilantro sauce. That's my go-to.
Tequeños is like, I mean, this people would
Cheese.
hate if I say this, but I will say it's like a mozzarella stick for people that don't know a tequeño, but much better.
Not with mozzarella and not with egg, flour. It's
Yeah,
not a
it's pretty much not a mozzarella stick at all, but it is
it's like the
cheese.
mozzarella
It's
cheese
cheese that's covered in some dough and fried.
and fried, correct. But we
But
do
it's
it
our
better
own cheese and our own way of making it.
because everything we do is better,
Yeah, I mean that's
right?
pretty much part of being from where you are. Thinking the rest is,
Shit.
yeah, and you're superior.
Below.
Tequeños, I think, are the most known Venezuelan food in the world, right? Probably. I mean,
Probably.
in Madrid, every restaurant sells tequeños as appetizers, even if it's a Chinese restaurant. You know what I mean? Like a Spanish restaurant, they sell tequeños as appetizers. That's how far
So
tequeños have
they're
gone.
so Spanish people are culturally appropriating
Yeah.
our shit.
I don't believe in that. I think that when people say that something is culturally appropriating something, I think that's stupid. I think part of evolving in culture is taking from everywhere and getting inspired from everywhere, and that's how things are made. Like the pasta in Italy, right? That comes from the sauce in Italy, but the noodles come from China, right? Right? I mean, like basketball, right? Who dominates basketball? We know,
Black people,
but where does it come from?
the whites,
Yeah, I mean
the Americans.
yeah, but like back in the day, like when there was segregation, they needed to do something like I mean, they were white schools because they were segregated. They needed something to do in the winter when they couldn't practice football. So they created an indoor game so they could like keep sweating and training, and that's how basketball came about. And then black people came and said, "Okay, you can move now. We're gonna dominate this shit, and you can go, back to creating other games or whatever the fuck." So I think in general, that cultural thing is cool. I mean, as long as you know where things came from and like that history is kept, which it is. Yeah, I love that Venezuelan food is like making it to the mainstream. Tequeños are everywhere now. It's like an epidemic. It's like the COVID all over again.
What else? Ayacas. That's a very Christmas food, but I think it has to be top for me at least. I do like it. Ayacas, for the people who don't know, are basically Venezuelan
Now that you're going
tamales.
over every food item that we have, now the producer has to put like pictures. Like,
Pictures of everything. Well, let's be fair. In the Google Keep, you did say Venezuelan foods.
oh, that's true.
So I'm bringing everything.
Oh,
in.
damn, yeah. I thought we were going to arepas. Ayacas, to people that don't know what it is, which I'll put the picture, it's very much like a tamal. It's like a tamal. South America, everybody has their own version of a tamal.
That's
And it's
our
just dough
version.
filled with meats and vegetables that you boil, and you put it around some sort of what's it called, like leaves from banana leaves, so that it can keep everything inside.
Well, the traditional tamales are in corn husk, the traditional ones that they do in Mexico, but it has mutated to banana leaves. So
Oh, that's true. Although in
But it-
Venezuela they also make like bollitos in corn husk.
in corn husk,
Yeah, like if you go to like a place to get the chicken, pollito y ayaquita. Okay.
Ahí.
So ayacas in Navidad, in Christmas, I mean, I like them, but I'm not like one of those guys like, oh my God, ayac. Like, I could do without them. Like, and this is the other thing. There's such a specific food item that I don't like to eat it just from anybody. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
very
needs to be a-
specific food item. So my mom doesn't make ayacas, but I trust my mom's food. If she was to make it, I would love the ayaca. But I just don't like to try some people's ayacas because ayacas are very delicate. Like an ayaca is it takes a lot to make, and depending on how you make it could make it or it could break it.
Wow.
It could make it or it could
that.
break it.
Damn.
That's deep.
When you die,
Whoa.
and we do
Chill out.
and we do a memoriam
Whoa.
in memoriam.
Uh-huh.
We'll put that quote. You can make it or you break it.
You're
Kiko.
assuming I'm gonna die first? Yeah, that's
I
fucked up, bro.
mean, I mean, if it happens.
Okay.
If I die first, please do
We'll
like
have
a,
one. We'll have one.
no, just compile everything bad I've said in every
Okay.
episode that we've done.
Okay. I'll
Just
do that. There'll probably
just
be a
get
YouTube video out there of somebody that made it. It's like everything Chef Marie has said fucked up.
this way I can get canceled from hell.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, Chef Maurice works in the restaurant business, so I don't think you can get canceled from there. Which is
Already
good.
canceled myself.
Hopefully. Yeah, you already fucked up.
So
Okay. What other food?
let's-
I mean, hallacas, yeah, they're good, but pan de jamón?
Again, that's another Christmas dish
Christmas
that I
food.
could have any fucking day. That's one of truly.
That's
Truly
ham bread,
a
pretty much, is
staple.
what it would be called.
Ham bread.
And it's literally what you hear. It's like a bread that before it's baked, within the dough they put ham and like olives and raisins.
Now it needs to have that. Same with the hallaca. It needs to have the olives. It needs to have the raisins. It needs that sweet, salty balance.
Okay.
Not
As
because
I've
I'm a chef.
grown, I've grown to like that mix, and I respect it. But I also don't think it's completely wrong to make a pan de jamón with cheese, ham, and bacon, and you skip the olives and the raisins.
So, okay. Oof. We're gonna have a small discussion here because if you want pan de jamón, you can just have a cachito. You know, if you want a pan de jamón with no raisins, no olives, you just have a cachito, which is the same shit. But cachitos, for me, they are my top 5 food in the world. Cachitos, the best.
Cachitos
I
are
could-
so good, right?
But it has to. What makes a cachito is the dough. So, just so you have an idea, our producer is going to put a picture of the cachito as well. It's basically a ham bread, pan de jamón. It's basically the same thing, just that the dough, I think it's fluffier, softer, and it's way smaller than a pan de jamón.
True. It's almost like the shape of it, not the dough, but the shape of it is like a croissant that's filled with chopped ham.
Well,
But the texture of it is it's more like
it has to be soft and pillowy.
soft and pillowy. Yeah.
The cachitos, just if you want to know, cachitos, they used to be 2 horns. Like you said, a croissant. You know how they are, like U-shaped. They look like a horn. Cachitos, cachos, horn. But later on in life, it just mutated into like a long.
A lump. Yeah, I mean, as things got worse in Venezuela and the economy started to collapse, they needed to make the piece smaller. So now it's just like if you were to take a shit, just a dump, it's that size.
It
Cachitos
just
are
tastes better.
amazing. I realized when I was young that the cachitos were made with what was left of the ham that they use for other things. So you would get a lot of the pieces of shit ham. But cachitos were still perfect. I don't know how they made it so that it was still juicy, even though it was a lot of ham. So it would normally be dry. So I don't know how they did that magic. But cachitos to me are also amazing, one of my favorite. The reason why I would do it with a pan de jamón is because it's bigger. And I'm trying to be a glutton. So
I can eat easily maybe 3 or 4 cachitos in one sitting. I fucking love those. I think we need to do at least a top 3 of our favorite national Venezuelan foods. And I'll let you go first because I think you have a very
I think
interesting.
my top 3 and 2 are probably things that we mentioned already, which is cachapas and tequeños or arepas, something along there. And I mean, it's hard to say even which one would be my first, but one that we haven't mentioned and is one that I love is the Venezuelan hot dog.
Oh. Yeah.
You're not a fan?
I am a fan, but it's a hot dog. And I
Okay.
feel like a hot dog you don't need to go to the east to the Venezuelan side in Miami to get it. You can just get it. You can just make it in San Francisco with
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot
the
easier
same.
to make a Venezuelan hot dog than to get a cachapa. I mean, the corn itself is like a mission. You need the whole reason why the cachapa works in Venezuela is because the corn gets dried in a specific way in a certain region in Venezuela because of the latitude and longitude that it has in the fucking planet Earth, bro. So it's not that easy. You go to different places in Madrid to try to get cachapa, and they don't even make the right consistency because they make some weird mix that they're trying to make there. It doesn't work. It's hard. It is true. A cachito is a lot simpler. It's a lot more basic. But I feel like you're undermining it, and you are being a little bitch about it because the Venezuelan hot dog is a classic. It does elevate the hot dog
Yeah,
game.
but well, you can get a very similar Venezuelan hot dog in Colombia, for example. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
that's true.
So it's not.
Okay, but I'm talking about that whole thing going on there. It's fire.
It is. I
All
mean,
right, then fuck off then. Look.
when you ask for that kind of hot dog, you have to ask for everything on it, con todo,
Yeah, con
with
todo.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Repollo,
No cebolla. What the
papita.
fuck is wrong with
No,
you?
bitch,
If you don't like onions,
you a bitch.
that's
You's a
Stanford
bitch.
guy telling it.
You's a bitch.
Stanford nerd right here telling you. Look at all those books in the back. Never read any of them. All right, what's your favorite Venezuelan food? Number one.
I do think it has to be tequeños. Tequeños has to be number one. Number two for me. We didn't mention this one. Maybe pabellon.
Pavilion. Explain to the people. Explain to the people.
The pavilion.
The pavilion.
Shredded meat, plantains, fried plantains, white rice, and caraotas,
Okay.
frijoles,
Frijoles. Beans.
beans, black beans.
All right.
And you have to put some grated cheese on top.
Grated cheese. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm all good with that. I love it. I like it. Now
If you
I'm gonna
put mayo,
do. I'm gonna do
die.
what?
What?
You
There's
said
people who put mayo.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
No. No. Mayonnaise like that. No. One thing I am gonna say, I'm gonna do a little flipperoonie on you. You say, well, a hot dog. I can get a hot dog like that in Colombia. You could say the pabellon criollo, the pavilion, the main plate of Venezuela. I know this is gonna be harsh for people to say. That's pretty much Latin American food. You can get
Yeah.
a similar plate in Colombia. You can get a
Yeah,
similar
you're
plate in
right.
Dominican
You're right.
Republic.
You're right. You're right. But it's still one of my favorites. So.
Okay. All right.
But
No,
we
that's fair.
make it. I mean, I think it's all about the seasoning, right? How
I mean,
you
the
make
seasoning
it.
is the best. I mean, I'm gonna say something here that Venezuelans are gonna hate. I'm not a fan of pavilion myself. Like, I'm not like, oh, this is the. I think the Colombian version, I like it a little more.
Bandeja paisa.
Bandeja paisa, the paisan bandeja, because it has the chicharrón.
The paisan tray.
It has the chicharrón and the chorizo.
But you see, I'm not a big chicharron guy. I like it.
But you see, that's why you a bitch.
Damn.
What are you trying to take care of your arteries, you motherfucker?
Damn.
Are you trying to be alive for your kids' birthdays and shit?
To round out my top three, cachito.
Cachitos 3. Okay.
Yeah. I can eat cachito all the time.
Have you made cachitos?
I have. Yeah.
Is it hard
good.
or no?
It's not hard. It's just a dough, but you have to make it thin enough that's not too doughy.
Right.
And it still keeps some of the moisture and the wetness.
Because the trick of a good cachito is having that dough be so thin that it's almost transparent, right? That was the cachito you were like, oh my God, this shit is so fuego. Because it's almost bursting out. It's like a little, like a little pouch of goodness that's about to explode in your face.
And when it's recently taken out of the oven, that's still warm. Oh my God.
Yeah, you could
I think it
literally...
just came at the same time.
Yeah. All right, well, for the people that are listening, I mean, I think we got a bunch of people that might be like Latinos or they might identify Latinx. So they might have had Venezuelan food. I want to know what your opinion is. However, that being said, there's a lot of American people. I saw the other day a video where they had like some fair in Wisconsin and they have Venezuelan spot there. In Madrid, everyone knows Venezuelan food. So for people hearing, what do you think? I think we got some people hearing from Singapore. What's up? We might have some Venezuelan food over there. You saw the pictures. If not, find out how you make it. Arepa dough is sold everywhere in the world, and you can make it, and then you can put whatever cheese you have in your country, and that's totally valid. Don't listen to Chef Maurice that, that's not a purist. You put whatever cheese you got over there. You got goat cheese, you put that shit in it.
In the cachapa?
No, in the arepa.
Oh, yeah, I mean, arepas, I take any cheese. Arepas, I take any cheese. Cachapas, I take Guayanese. Only.
All right, one day I'll have you have arepas with Parmesan cheese or that type of cheese. I think you would find and appreciate it. Thank you, Chef Maurice, for joining us today on this talk about delicious Venezuelan foods. And no one better to speak it than with you, Chef. That's highlighted so many prizes, Michelin stars, and I don't even want. No, I don't want to go farther because people are gonna think that I'm just here like throwing too many flowers at you, and you might not seem humble. But it is true. I mean, we do have a chef. That's why we pay him so much. That's why we have a 4-year exclusivity deal, $100 million. Please leave comments. We're available where? Are we available on TikTok? We're available on TikTok.
TikTok.
We're available on Napster.
We're gonna start dancing on TikTok.
We're gonna start dancing. We're gonna start.
You're gonna send me. You're gonna
We're
send
gonna start
producer,
doing borderline illegal things on TikTok.
I think we already do.
We are available on iTunes. We're available on Spotify. Available on everywhere. Everywhere you fucking listen to things, we're there. Everything, anywhere you view things, we're there. Thank you for tuning in, Chef Maurice. Keep it real.
Hi.
Keep it San Francisco. Peace.
Keep it weird.